Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Pipeline Podcast. I am your host, Kevin, and I'm here with my co host, Cameron.
Hello. Got another one going.
And, and we're on with Jason, who is coughing his brains out right now
I don't.
off of the chat.
Yeah, I don't know if he's dying or not, but
I
I love
punched death in
Cameron's
the face.
picture.
you punched death in the face.
Yep. Yep.
He was on the floor having like a coughing heart attack, and he just like saw death in front of him. He was like, "No!" In the middle of a podcast, wham!
Yeah, I like grabbed him by the throat, and I was like, "You're choking right now," and he's like, "I'm like, you're like a skeleton. How does this even work?" But he didn't answer. He just like kind of
It's
fell on the
time
floor.
for you to go. You're like, "No, stop." He's like, "Come
Yeah.
on." You're like, "No."
I'll only
Leave me
go if
alone.
the Grim Reaper looks like and sounds like Ugandan Knuckles.
Come with me. I know
It is
the
time,
way.
Buddha. Yeah, it is time, Buddha.
It is the
Your life has come to an end.
Jason just embraces death the moment Uganda Knuckles comes up. He's like, "It's time to go, brother."
I mean, if I saw Ugandan Knuckles anywhere, I'd be willing to go with it. Like, we could be outside like a crack house, and he's like, "Come in, my Buddha," and I was like, "All right, let's do it. Let's see what happens, dude."
He's just like, "Yeah, let's get it on. Where's the crack
Yeah,
at?"
yeah, like we're gonna go on a journey. It's gonna be like an episode of regular show. Just
Yeah,
like
dude, you're
we
you're
go in.
working one day, and
Yeah,
then like Ugandan Knuckles, like cartoon style and everything, comes through the door like flash animation, just slides across the room and goes, "Come with me, brother," and spits on the floor. What would you
yeah.
do?
I would get on his back, and then he would chant the magical words to teleport us. Ebola.
Ebola!
Right when he does it, all you see is Jason on this little Uganda Knuckles back, and it just goes gone.
Whole time Jason's just having a seizure, and like that's all in
He's
his
Yeah,
head.
I'm flipped upside down. Cameron's like
Listen,
pouring water into my mouth. Like, I think this helps. I'm like, Cameron, you've had seizures before. What do you?
What are
It's
you
like,
doing?
oh, you're not scared of dying? Parry this, you filthy casual. Jason's just sitting there in his own little world.
I put myself in the infinite Tsukiyomi, baby. I gotta go out happy.
Why are we here?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know, man. No.
Cameron just
I
wanted to
just
hot talk, dude. Just
Yeah,
have
he
I
was
fun,
just
in the
man.
kind of
trailer, dude. He opened a door. Hold on. I'll do a recreation really quick. Let me just
okay.
get up.
We're gonna use stick figures to recreate the images
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh
he
no.
was like, Kevin, we got to do a podcast, and I was like, what? And he was like, we're doing a podcast, and then he
Ow.
just fucking ran out, and then I was like, okay, I guess we're doing
I
a
read
podcast.
I read it. No. What the
Like,
internet
man,
doesn't know is I'm a very angry person in person. No, okay.
See, it's no. The best part is how he does it over phone because he sends me a GIF of someone kicking a door in. He goes, "Jason." I'm like, "What?" Then he has like a guy walk in. We're doing a podcast. I'm like, "Oh my god."
the
Oh
Dom
my
you
god.
never expect.
The what?
The Dom you
Dom.
never expect.
See, that's the fun. Is I tickled Cameron's fancy a little too hard when we went to watch Spider Man because a similar joke like that came up. Zendaya, what's her name? I forget her name in the movie. It's not Mary. It's something else.
It's
What is it?
Michelle
What
Jones.
is it?
Is it Michelle Jones?
One more
Yeah,
time.
it's
Say it
Michelle
one more.
Jo
Just say it.
Michelle
Say it.
Jones Watson.
Say it one more time. Oh my god, that's so good.
You like Michelle Jones Watson, Kevin?
He sounds like when you die in Phasmophobia. But there was like they're reading on this one scene. Like she has a newspaper in hand, and it's like, oh, Spider-Man has controlled this lady with his spider powers, and she's like, "Did you hear that, my Spider Lord?" And I lean over to Cameron, and I'm like, she has to call him Tom the Dom.
It killed me. One of the
Took him
best
out,
things
dude.
too, like speaking of like Dom conversation, Jason had one with his little brother not too long ago. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
don't I don't know
Oh
how we got on the
no.
topic. Yeah, I don't know how we got on the topic, but me and Jason were talking, and Jason's like, "Yeah, Jordan, Cameron doesn't go to work. He drives 4 hours here to meet me here at the house, dominate me, And then he drives 4 hours to get back home and tells his wife he worked for 10 hours.
I don't
And
see
he
you dominating
And
as
Jordan,
much of a man as Jason is. I just don't see that.
Jordan
it
was
probably
just like, "Is he your dommy mommy?" And I was like, "Oh heck yes." There's nothing a man needs more in his life than a dommy mommy.
and then like Jason goes, yeah, the only time I ever showed resistance to Cameron was one time he almost said the S word. And I was like, the S word? And he was like, he tried to call me a slave once and I beat him.
Had to remind Cameron of his place before he put me back in mine.
Oh
Anyway,
no. He's like, "What are
in
you,
the
Jason?" He's like, if he's the Dommy Bobby, what are you? And you're like, "I'm the Daddy Laddie."
Dante Latte.
Daddy
No,
Latte.
it's funny. It's funny you actually said that because he did ask the question, and you guys might hear it occasionally when we play Dead by Daylight. But I said I'm the Vommy Mommy, and Jordan's like,
Oh.
"What does that mean?" And I was like, "Cameron enjoys throw up."
Oh,
Kevin's dying in the back.
it's so funny. It hurts.
Yeah, whenever
So,
we play Plague, I'm like, "Vommy Mommy," and then
mommy,
she
mommy.
spits on us. Yeah, it's
I'm
fun.
wet in the eyes.
Anyway, I kind
Moisten,
of wanted
moisten,
to
moisten.
I wanted to do a podcast because I kind of to everybody who doesn't know, it's Valentine's Day. This is going to come out after Valentine's Day, but in the spirit of Valentine's Day, I wanted us to kind of give our life stories, get to know each other a little bit, really build and connect our friendship, know each
I've
other's
known this
deepest, darkest
man for more than
secrets.
half his life, and he acts
Yeah.
like there's more to share. Like, what's
Well,
left?
with you, no, but with Kevin, you and Kevin have stuff to share. Not only that, but we all as a collective have stuff to share to the 20 to 30 people that watch our podcast on a regular basis. I don't know about you
30?
guys. Yeah, I've been noticing our podcast
Eyeball.
now jumping to about 30, almost 30 views every time we post one now.
Can
Like it's
can I
jumping up there.
express my frustrations? Because I spent like an hour and a half last night editing a TikTok video, and it's got like 100 and some views and 20 some odd likes. And first of all, that's really good like to view ratio.
Yeah.
That's about 1 in 5. Most
Yeah.
TikToks you get 1 in 10. And I'm like, excuse me, I would like it to show more than 100 people TikTok. Could you
It,
please put it in the For You page for me? For like 3 hours. That's all I ask.
not
That's
not
all I
only
need. It's
that,
just
considering
like,
considering the last video with the exact same game blew the hell
yeah,
up.
yeah. I was
They
like
just get shot
referencing,
down.
I did the Demon Slayer sound, Daki screaming for Gyutaro. Can't go into detail too hard because Cameron hasn't watched it yet. But
Uh,
then I did like a JoJo one. I thought it was
yeah.
great. I don't know
Oh
what
yeah.
Kevin's thoughts on that were. He said he watched it, but I
I
was
liked it.
like, yeah, thank you. That's all I need to hear, and that's the validation that I require being on TikTok.
Thank you.
It's
It's just
just it
like
was
when I
good.
play video games, I need
Yeah,
absolute silence. Like if I'm playing a Call of Duty Zombies match, you better pray to God you don't open your mouth while I'm playing that match, otherwise I'm gonna freak out. So I
Kevin just
got you,
starts
uh,
man.
screaming, throws his
do,
controller into a wall. He's just like,
you have to,
If you breathe too hard, that's when I lose it all. I'm
the
just like,
best part is
ah!
like, the best part is like Kevin's like, "Where's the pack a punch machine?" And you're like, "I know where it is, but I don't want to
Oh
say
my
anything."
god!
The moment
Shut
you're
the
like,
fuck
"It's to your right,"
up!
he's like, "Ah!"
it just cuts out.
Yeah, just
Freaking,
starts flipping out.
freaking one thing with Kevin and zombies though is like the last few times I played with him, I would like pause it because I'd have to do something, and then when we would unpause, it would completely fuck him up and he'd go down. And the last time I think it happened, he turned and like screamed every fucking time, Cameron, every time.
Every goddamn time. I was like,
What's
warn
Kevin
me!
doing? Like 360 no scopes on zombies the whole
A lot
game,
of the
just like
time he
Dude,
just
jumping up.
honestly.
a lot of the time he just wouldn't tell me that he was unpausing it. Like I was looking down at my phone multiple times because I'm thinking like, oh, he's like messaging somebody. Yeah, like I have time to look at this. So I'm looking at something, and then like I look up and I'm getting hit twice. And I'm like, Cameron, Cameron.
It's so good. And then you go down, and by the time I get to him, he's already like screaming about and bitching about how I do it to him every time, and he's so mad.
It's okay though, because it took me to Dairy Queen afterwards.
So it took him to Dairy Queen after that. I was like,
Dairy.
What do you get
he-
from Dairy Queen, Kevin?
Oh my god, dude! There's so many things I get from Dairy Queen. That strawberry shortcake blizzard. Oh my god, dude, so good. But
it is
the
good.
royal blizzards, I like the fudge
The
brownie
fudge.
royal blizzard. When I go to Dairy Queen, I expect every time to get diabetes. I don't know what's taking it so long, but I'm knocking at its door.
Dude, right?
I'm like, wow.
We're all a bunch of fat boys, and none of us
Munching
have
on candy.
diabetes. And then Vicky, Cameron's like one of his good friends. She gives us all like a bag of candy. I finally finished it. She gave it to us on Christmas. I finished it like a week ago. So it's been a while. And then
It took me no time at all. It took me 2 days.
Not only that, but I brought in a half a bag of my Sour Patch Kids, and now they're gone. I brought them in there to share another gun.
but
I got
so
sweet
like
tooth when I'm alone and sad.
so yeah, we got bad eating habits, and then one of our thinnest friends, Rusty, gets diabetes. Now,
Oh
like,
my
life
god.
just doesn't like certain people. Like,
Yeah,
Well, dude.
I had an old manager and he was skinny as hell, dude. He was like looked like he was the fittest of he'd ever be in his life, and he's got like diabetes type 2. And I'm like, what the
yeah,
fuck is it waiting for? Is it just like picking and choosing? Is it racist?
yeah.
Does it only take,
It's like waiting for your worst day. Like it's just
Oh,
like,
dude.
he's not depressed enough. I have to wait a little longer. I,
Is he
it'll hit
starving
you at
yet?
least
If he's starving, we're slapping him with this.
yeah, gotta
50
let
years
the
old. You finally get in shape, and then it's like, bam.
Diabetes.
yeah. You can't get gastric bypass, loser. You're too thin. It's like no.
No.
Can't live without a gastric bypass.
Oh well, it apparently cures type 2 diabetes. I think it's weird, but
Yeah,
that
apparently.
surgery
Well,
works.
so the gastric bypass cures type 2 diabetes,
Gastric
but after
bypass.
getting it, whatever. After getting it, you still you like are limited to like certain things you can do. Like I know a few people, they are not allowed to drink soda. Apparently if you drink soda, it can
Oh,
like
that's fine.
really fuck you up. Yeah. But like what I'm getting at is like there's more than
I
just
only,
that. Like rules
yeah,
applied to it, so
yeah. I say that, but it took me forever to like quit soda.
Evan, what does it say in the Bible?
I don't know, Kevin.
It says, don't kill your kids with a fork, and don't fuck your grandma while she's plugged into the wall. Don't give
God damn.
blowjobs for $1 in a high school bathroom. That's not cool.
Quit it. Anyway, so like we're already getting to know each other a little bit. You know, we know what Kevin likes from Dairy Queen now. We know that he gets
Yeah,
mad if
yeah.
we talk to him in
I gotta take
zombies.
Kevin on a date. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
gotta know him. I gotta get his red flags out the way too. Like, don't play zombies with Kevin. That's a red flag. Now I know.
So
Yeah.
Throw a pack of
since
cigarettes
we're
on the table, and I'll eat that for dinner.
since we're learning stuff about Kevin, how about you start us off with your life story? How you've gotten to here?
Yeah, no, no, no,
No,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no.
no, no. God, no.
What?
You want to talk about red flags with Kevin? He talks a lot. Like
Rather not.
there could be a 2-minute event. He'll find 4 hours to give you of the same
Yeah.
event, and I'm like, he spent an hour last night telling me how he walked 20 yards to see a mountain lion, and I'm like, it was a 2-minute event. How did you fit all this in? He's
What do we
going into
want?
like.
Well, we did
Do we-
talk about hippos afterwards.
We talked about the hippos, but like no, I don't want to hear years. 'Cause it would take Kevin more than he has time left on this planet to talk about the life he's lived at this point.
Wow.
It's just
How about do
Tell
you
me
want to
my
limit
luck,
it then?
man.
Do you want to limit it then? Do you want to like throw a timer up there, like 15 minutes is his time, or
I just sound. No, no, we're good. We don't need no. That's
All you
not
guys
fun.
need to know is I was a bad kid,
Yeah,
and now I'm not.
debatable,
debatable?
debatable,
Debatable.
debatable. I appreciate you coming in, but
Well, like
you're lying.
I was kind of like seeing on the stuff like Kevin wanting to talk about like on his point of view on like stuff on like how him and Devin
All
met,
right.
which leading to me and him meeting
All
and yada
right. How
yada.
about how about
The main points. Jump to the
what's
main
your
points, not
irrational
from
fear?
day one to
No.
now.
What's your irrational fear? Like what's something that like is weird to you that just kind of
Me?
spooks you for no reason? Any of you, yeah. What's
Oh.
an irrational fear?
Oh, well, yeah, for sure. I got one, like, if people crawl at me, fuck that. Like, if
Was it
you,
People?
Jason, yeah,
anything?
anything,
Oh,
anything.
Anything, dude.
anything. Anything.
Yeah.
Like, if a dog fucking, like, scurries but crawls, like, on its belly, just, like, scurries at me, I'm kicking it. There's no way that thing's getting away from me without me kicking it, especially if it's that small. So, I don't know, like, it's just a repressed fear, I guess. People fucked with me and crawled at me when I was a kid, and now it's developed into this.
All these toddlers at his preschool just like came at him.
Oh,
It's
dude.
just-
Oh, dude, that was the worst. The worst.
Going through all of preschool, Kevin was just a constant screaming baby.
yeah, that was an inescapable nightmare for 3 years. It's terrifying.
I had an irrational fear when I was a kid that somebody would just like slam open my bedroom door and yell. Like it didn't matter
Oh,
if it
shit.
was like my dad coming in and being like, "We gotta go." Like I was just scared of it. I was like, the moment that door opens, I'm peeing my pants because I don't want to just like hear somebody slam open my door and go, "Oh, we gotta go, we gotta go." And that's like my biggest fear as a kid. Like other than people crawling at me, it's still a fear I have today. But I think that's like the only fear
So
I have
Cameron
today.
gave you a spookin' today then.
Yeah, when I busted open
If
the
I was
door and
like
like I crawled
12,
across the floor. No, no,
oh
I did
dude, I
both,
fucking
man.
licked his teeth in.
Yeah.
That's why he's got a
What about
lisp in this fucking podcast.
what about you, Jay? What's your irrational fear?
Nothing, loser. I'm stronger
Oh.
than all of you. I'm just kidding. If there's like a counter or something that has like a small indention on the bottom, for some stupid reason, like there's gonna be a snake under there at some point that's gonna just bite me.
You're scared of snakes?
No, I'm not
No,
scared of
no.
snakes, but I just have the random like irrational fear like there's just gonna be a snake under there at some point that bites me. Like it's just gonna spawn
It's
in like
the little
magically like
crawl
a Peter
spaces.
Pan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for
You
no
have like a
reason.
Legend of Zelda chime, and then you like look in your toilet, and it's just fading into
Yeah,
existence.
an anaconda just like pokes its head out, like what's going on? I'm like, ah!
What if you
Toilets.
looked at that toilet like you jumped up and it goes, "This anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun." Wow, and then just like flew back down the toilet.
Yeah. I think that would be me achieving ultimate euphoria, and I would actually just ascend.
Would you
Straight
play a little
to
song
godhood.
for it? Would you
Yeah, I gotta
like
pull out my
have
flute
like
randomly.
yeah?
So
He does a little
Yeah,
dance. Looks at
and
you and just like
sidewinding.
so
looks and
I'm
he's like,
guessing
"Yeah, cool, bro."
so I'm guessing, Jason, that if you were to go to a public bathroom where the toilet's still flush, but it had no water in the toilet, you probably wouldn't use it, would you?
No, I've used like an outhouse before, although I thought it was
Okay.
weird.
Outhouses are just
Now,
gross.
when I sat on the outhouse, I was like, I feel like someone's gonna crawl at my butt, but I gotta get this out.
It's just a
So
little kid down there, and you hear
yeah,
him go, "More, please. I'm so hungry."
I'm
I
so
would
hungry.
I would see. I think my heart would just fall out if I heard a voice.
Falls right out of his
Out
Yeah,
ass.
there.
yeah. I think my heart would just sink so low, it'd just fall out, and the kid would eat fresh food for once in his life.
He looked down. He's like a 1960s orphan, like on the side of the street with the cap and everything, just rags his clothes. He's like, "Please, sir, I need a little more. I'm so hungry."
Jesus.
This woman had hemorrhoids. It tasted sour. I'm not gonna eat that.
So, Jesus.
Your professional fear, huh?
Oh, you sounded really weird, Kevin, but I know what you said.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. I was just
Oh, he
going
was
with it.
asking what mine was.
fear, man?
Okay, yeah. What's
Um,
yours, Cameron?
I would have to say like, uh, I kind of have like two. One's a lower degree, one's a little bit higher, but like things running at me from behind when I can't see. Like if it's in the middle of the night and I hear something just like like on the ground running at me, I'd freak. Like it would freak me out because I don't know what it is. The other thing is probably
Never
jump
be a running
scares,
back.
which is why in Phasmophobia is what I scream when that ghost bomb rushed me. And then like I didn't know what was going on because I just heard the door slam, and then I look up and the ghost is just in my face running at me. That's why it scared the fuck out of me. I don't know if the mic
Yeah,
caught it because I think I hit the like level where it cuts out, but I screamed, dude. It scared me.
yeah. I was in the lobby with Cameron. He was like, "Hey, you got to come over to this door real quick." And I was like, "Die off." And he's like, "What? It's the lobby, Jason. You're fine." I was like, "I don't know. You don't want me to go over to a random door with a black room. Like, what's in there?" And he's like, "It's nothing. Just come check it out." And then like it's
Wow,
like
that really
face.
gave it away, Mr. Inconspicuous. It's nothing.
It's
Nothing.
Come
nothing.
here.
Yeah, and I
Come
was like,
here.
whatever, I'll do it. And then there was like some face pops out at you and like makes this loud noise, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Jason, I wanted
Yeah,
to go back to
I
sleep,
like
but
how
you want
Kevin
to.
was
No,
like,
Kevin, we're off. Just kidding. Yeah, we can
I,
go back in a second.
Good.
I like how Kevin was sitting there to be like, oh, Cameron, that's so obvious. And he did the exact same fucking thing to me.
Me?
100%. I'm like, no, Kevin. He
Oh,
tells me, he's like, go look at that doorway. And I'm like, why? Is it going to jump scare me or something? He goes, oh, it's nothing like that. Just go look at it.
Yeah. Now you got to do it. That's the way to sell people, but they always do.
I'd just be like, hey, can you go over to that room and like walk into the door? It plays music while we wait in the lobby.
Wait, like that's a big brain move. None of us
When
would.
they
Oh
turn
yeah.
around and see the
Oh,
radio right next to the basketball hoop, and they're like, what?
well, that's the point of the Easter egg. You have to go power in the other room like you do in the house. Is silly.
Jason,
Ah.
you remember this?
Ah,
Like I wanted to talk about a scene with you with Spider-Man really quick.
here it goes.
All right,
What?
so in No Way Home, there's a
Yeah.
scene where Spider-Man, like, he goes up to Green Goblin while he's like making the serum, and Green Goblin explains something, dude. He almost got Mind Goblin, like Spider-Man. He almost got Mind Goblined.
What was said? I don't remember.
Oh, like he just almost got Mind Goblined, you know?
Am I missing a joke, or like, is this like a serious?
Do you
I'm
know? Do you even know what I'm saying? Like, what am I
like
saying
he
in your
almost got
head?
like possessed. Is that what you
Like,
mean?
no, like Mind Goblin. You don't know what that means?
Like when Green Goblin takes over?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh,
I mean, like, Mind Goblin. You remember that?
Cameron, what's going on here? I don't. I feel like something's going on. I don't know.
Jason, you're doing the exact same thing I did. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yeah, I feel like there's a joke here that he's trying to get me to walk into.
You're too fucking smart. Everybody else walked into it. You're
What's the
supposed to be like,
joke?
you're supposed to be like Mind Goblin. I'd be like, Mind Goblin, these nuts, Spider-Man.
Oh Jesus freaking Christ!
But
like,
you just would not repeat it. You're like, I don't wanna.
My Peter tingle's already a little strong,
uh,
Kevin. It's
I
too
yeah.
noticed
difficult.
that.
The whole thing with Kevin is when he initially explained it to me, I thought he was like referencing like like the serum that Green Goblin was helping Peter make.
Yeah,
I thought he was like referencing like yeah that was gonna mind goblin him as in like take over his mind, and I was like yeah I understand yeah I think that could have happened, and Kevin's
Like,
like
yeah.
yeah you know what I mean by mind goblin? I'm like yeah you mean like the whole like goblin serum, like mind goblin him, and then he was like mind goblin these nuts.
no, Cameron fell.
It was difficult with him, but not
I
as
just
difficult as
commit
it was with
I
you.
just commit seppuku at that point. I wouldn't even
Yeah.
exist. I'm done
It's
Falls
after
into
funny
that.
that
because
trap, and he's like, I'm snapping my neck on the fall.
Yeah.
not even like 15 minutes later, Trace comes by and gives this like 25-minute spiel of the scene, and then tries to get me to say it. And I looked at him. I'm like, Kevin already got me, and he was like,
Yeah, dude, they tell me to do it to you, I do it to you, and then they try to do it. What fucking snakes in the grass?
"Oh, are they the ones that
Doesn't do
told you to
anything.
do it?
Yeah,
What dumbasses!"
Oh,
exposed
exposed
on a live on a recorded show.
on a live but recorded show.
say hello to our live
Our studio audience. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Just at live
the
studio
giant
audience.
lights come on saying
And,
cheer. It's like
that one person in the background coughing.
yeah.
This-
Oh, there's always that. I love how in those shows there's always like that one laugh that's just a little longer than everyone else's.
You ever think they like compete? Like, there's an episode where one guy's like, "I bet you I can laugh more than you."
No,
It's
no,
just
because they're not real. They just recorded it once. Because if
okay.
people competed, it would be hilarious. But like in every show, it's always like the ha 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 ha, and there's always that
That's
one laugh
it.
at the end. That's like at the very end. That just kind of like lingers a little too long.
I
I
didn't
love
hear what you
how.
said. This is what I heard. It's like always laughing. There's that one guy who
Yeah, that's
at
exactly what
the
I
end.
heard.
Oh, it cut out.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's leave it like that. It's better that way.
I know what you're talking about. I know that
Yeah,
laugh. I know that
yeah.
laugh.
I know what
It's
you
a good
mean.
laugh. Cameron, to reiterate your main topic for this episode,
Oh yeah. Huh?
I do want you to explain your perspective on first meeting me.
Okay.
That's
Well, like,
hot.
so okay, we'll kind of jump into a couple things here. Wait, when I was talking about like life story stuff, I wasn't meaning like how Jason feared going into every little detail about everything that's happened. I'm talking about like, main events, things that got you attached to things, getting to the degree of where you are now. Like maybe like, for example, me how I met Jason, that kind of stuff. Story like that, main events in our lives. But anyway, going back on the topic about like when I met Kevin, the the I think one of the best things about like when I met Kevin, Jason knows I was kind of going through stuff. Like my parents had told him about what was going on at the time, and so Jason was sitting there with me and his friend CJ from high school at the time, both kind of going through the same thing, and Jason was just like, "Oh God, these idiots, these guys." But anyway, I was kind of going through a dark time, pretty depressive state, in that whole situation, and like
Yeah.
I was living with my parents, and Devin had asked my parents, "Hey, I'm gonna have my friend Kevin come over tonight and spend the night. Is that okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, why not?" And so Kevin comes over. I think I'm still up in like the guest bedroom, just kind of like sulking, being to myself, whatever. For like the first couple hours,
Wait.
Kevin was there. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. But for like the first couple hours, I was like doing my own thing in the guest bedroom, and I heard Devin talking to somebody downstairs. I didn't recognize the voice. Everybody else is gone except for me, Kevin, and Devin. But I end up coming downstairs and I see like Devin laughing and talking it up with Kevin. And I come in and like I introduce myself and we start talking and Kevin just starts like throwing these like banger jokes out, dude, and it's just killing me. Like it's making me laugh like so hard. Like I hadn't laughed that hard like since me and Jason had hung out kind of scenario. Like before the whole situation, because Jason would throw some bangers out and we would die. But
I'm the
like
funniest with the ukulele in my hand.
yeah, Kevin was just doing
False.
this whole like ukulele spiel this whole like all night, and it was just killing me. He had a really good time, all chatting and like everything going on, and that's kind of like where our friendship started. Just kind of. I enjoyed his company because he made me happy. Like I was excited to hang out with him and happy to connect with this new guy and become good friends. And so like when I was kind of going through more dark stuff in the situation cuz it ended up making a turn where like me and my family were kind of like against each other for a bit, and so like I was really like sad and in a dark place. I reached out to Kevin to like hang out more, and we would hang out, talk, and it'd make me laugh, and we slowly got more and more connected as friends from then on. But that's like my point of view on like
Turned
how I
into
met
every
Kevin and what
weekend.
happened.
It
Yeah, it
turned into
turned
like
into every
every
weekend.
weekend thing. He just like it got to a point because like when I first met him, he had gone home because we had like played zombies most of that day, aside from me playing the ukulele, and he ended up going home, but he came back like the next morning, and I remember he brought this this big ginger guy. He brings him into the house and he goes, like the first time he locks eyes with me and he goes, Dallas, that's the guy I'm telling you about. That's the funny guy. Kevin, do the ukulele thing. And I pulled out the ukulele and started fucking strumming it, just singing words. So I was like, my asshole hurt yesterday on the beach. I couldn't do anything but hum and screech out of pain. And like they just fucking started dying. And so like from then on, he was like, at that night, he was like, you want to come over tomorrow? I'll stay the night tonight and you come over tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, I'll come over tomorrow. So like Dallas left, got his truck, went home late that night. And then I went over to his house and I met everybody there. But then I told Cameron to get an Xbox. And then once he got an Xbox, that like sealed the deal on our friendship. I was like, oh yeah, dude, we're playing Gears of War separately when I'm home now. Fuck yeah, dude. Because that's what we got
Instead
down
of
to.
together.
We'd get high all day, well, all night, because I'd come home after he was done working.
Well, by the way, it
And
was legal high. We were smoking weed. It was legal. Nothing crazy.
No, we were smoking that straight up math. We were smoking
Math.
geometry,
Yeah.
knowledge, power. Jason knows a little bit about knowledge and power. He butters my biscuit. And he's not talking. And that's when he's
Jason
the
just kind of
best.
disappeared.
I'm
Yeah,
just
dude.
listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. From then on, it was like an every weekend thing. Every weekend, he was like, "Want to hang out?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, all right, cool." And then
Might
he'd
as
just
well.
like walk in my room. Got to a point, he'd just walk in my room, like go through my house. My mom would be like, "He's in his room." Walk through. Hey, Kevin, come on, let's go. I'd be like, "Okay," and I'd just start packing up my Xbox. Like I brought my Xbox like it was the fucking school laptop.
There's a few times I walk in there and like Kevin's mom's like, "Oh, I think he's still asleep," and I kick open his door and be like, "Wake up, Kevin, we're going."
And little did Cameron know that was just like setting Kevin off in his fears.
He's
just like,
every
Fuck
time
you.
Kevin, every
That was a
time Kevin just,
childhood fear.
every time Kevin just like jumps 10 feet.
Yeah, that's what
I
would
think
wake him
my
up immediately. Just pop out of bed like, oh, what's going on?
Okay, hold on, guys. My cat is screaming at the door to be let out because he likes to hide and sleep in my room. I don't even know where he came
That
from,
was
and
a
I just look
perfect
over and he's
impression.
sitting there. Exactly.
That was good.
Hold on, I'll be right
That was
back.
He's just sitting there.
Beat your
And
ass,
it's like, oh
bullshit.
yeah, cat? Well, eat this. And just sprays water at him.
Jesus
Carry
Christ.
this, you filthy casual.
Oh,
Do your
which
best Frank
animal?
Sinatra voice.
Which animal of Cameron's? I don't know Frank Sinatra that well. Which animal of Cameron's is your favorite, Kevin? Who do you hang out with the most?
Oh man, Luna.
This
Luna's
is
so
no,
cute.
wait. He's lying to you. What's gonna shock you is he hangs out
He's
with
lying to me.
Roxas.
Oh, it
I
would
don't
be
actually.
Roxas. No, I mean it's good to hang out with Roxas. That's the most protection in the house. You're good.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
Luna's probably my favorite in the household.
Did
The
we
white
tell you,
wolf
Kevin?
puppy.
Did we tell you when Roxas tried to kill Jason?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Tell
Yes.
me anyway.
Speaking
me
of
anyway,
crawling at
bro.
things, dude.
I just like the whole spiel me and Jason have about like how my bearded dragon Roxas is the strongest animal in the house because anything that walks in here, dog, cat, anything 10 times his size, he wants to box it, man. He does not care.
Cameron.
If it's
Cameron.
another animal, he's ready to fight.
Cameron.
Yeah,
It's
dude, he
it's
puts up his
20. It's
arms.
the 2020s. It's not. He wants to box. He wants the smoke.
He wants the
He
smoke.
wants the smoke.
He wants the smoke, man.
He
Give him
don't
that
care what
smoke. Give
walks
him that
in.
clout.
I told Cameron, I was like, if you ever have a bear like come to your front yard, just throw rocks at him. What's that bear gonna do besides die? Like, Roxas has it covered.
We have this whole like spiel about like if I ever leave the cage open slightly and Roxas gets out, we're gonna
Yeah, he's
come
gonna put
home
him up
one
his
night.
butt.
Yeah, every animal's gonna be dead except Roxas is except Roxas is gonna be riding Axel like a horse, just galloping through the house. Like all
Cameron's
the
gonna give
animals are dead.
himself a lizard enema, a lizima.
It's like,
It's gonna
why
hurt coming
doesn't
out.
it might be Samson now, because Samson's the most chill animal. So
Oh
there's
yeah,
a chance
probably.
there. But yeah, it's like, how come we wouldn't ride Luna? I'm like, Luna's too stupid. Axel knows what he's doing. Axel has an idea of what he wants every time he steps outside. Luna just wanders
Ax-
the street.
Axel's like, but Axel has that whole like, you know, oh, if I don't have to fight it, I won't die kind of personality. Luna's over here like,
Yeah.
oh, we can box,
Unavoided
and
be
Roxas is
stupid.
like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
Saiyan and you're a human. You're not even gonna.
Yeah.
I won't fall down, man.
So
It's
so
just,
her and Cloud are the first to go in this scenario because Cloud
oh
wants
yeah,
that action.
How can
Cloud
you
wants
make
that
something
action.
fall down when it's already to the floor 100% of the time? Like, you
Just flip
can't.
it
It's
over and let it
impossible.
die like a turtle, dude.
Yeah, nah, dude. Roxas is too. Yeah, Roxas is way too powerful.
Yeah, you
Save
can't
Exactly.
flip
Axel,
Roxas
Kingdom
over.
Hearts.
Yeah, you can't flip
Exactly.
Roxas over.
But
It's
anyway,
impossible.
Roxas was being dormant and allowing me to hold him and carry him around the house. Anyway, I come walking
Wait,
into my
wait, wait,
bedroom.
wait, wait. I just
What?
like it's like a primordial being. Like he was
Yeah,
dormant,
dude.
resting
Yeah,
in his
exactly.
shell,
For 1,000
I can't.
years.
and he
I can't go to
allowed me
grab
to
him when he's
hold his
awake.
carcass.
I can't grab him when he's awake, otherwise he's gonna eat my ass. Anyway, so,
Yeah, yeah.
so I'm
Godzilla.
walking into my room to put him back in his enclosure, and Jason's laying on my bed. Roxas spots Jason, bolts out of my hands onto the bed, and runs up Jason's chest. And as Roxas is doing it, Jason just screams, Roxas, no! And he stops at his chest and just looks at him. And, like, that's when
What?
Roxas knew he intensified the fear in Jason of, yeah,
I
I'm the man of
switched
the house.
religions. I switched religions, dude. It was too
I'm pretty
it's
sure if
too
you were to
intense.
replace Godzilla, like the CG Godzilla from Godzilla like 2000,
That
and
It
one
was
replace
Roxas.
sucks.
him. No, replace it with Roxas, dude, that bearded dragon.
Yeah.
It'd be the same movie. It'd be the
Yeah,
exact
it would
same
be.
movie.
No,
I
the
wouldn't give
movie
a
Exactly.
would be
damn
They
better. Are you
difference.
wouldn't.
kidding me?
They wouldn't even have to put the effects in there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just plop him on,
They
like
just
green
actually
screen him.
chuck him in Japan and like have fun. Do what you need to do,
He's on the
Roxas.
street just hissing at feet. He's just
Yeah.
women who pass by him, beware, you're in for a
Not just women, Kevin. Roxas does not care what you are.
You could
I mean,
be a
if I saw him
panda.
on the side of the
Roxas is
street,
taking
I'd
you.
be like,
Yeah.
all right, man, you got me. You got me. And I'd get down to my knees and I'd like start praying. I'd be like, oh God, please don't hurt me.
He's like,
You
"Oh,
just
what?
like,
What'd you say? Oh, what?" And you're like, "I mean, oh, Roxas, I'm
I'm
sorry."
sorry, I
oh,
spoke out of line,
Roxas.
Yeah.
Roxas.
Oh my god. CJ and I, we were playing Ark with Cameron for a while. Like we had this like big server going for a minute, and there's this one creature called a Moss Chops, and it kind of looks like a fat-chested Komodo dragon.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
CJ and I had this running theme that that Moss Chops was called God, and Cameron always displeased it all the time.
Always.
Like Cameron would walk by without offering it, and he would just spontaneously die, not because he was admin killed, but because he walked past God. And so Cameron was like, "I'm sorry." I think I think we conditioned Cameron a little too hard because there got to be a
Yeah,
point where
yeah.
he did it more often. I was thought it was hilarious. He started
Yeah,
dropping
like
like fat headed feet. I was like, "Yeah."
we we would start the match, and then the first thing I would do was praise the Moss Chops, and then take him to go get some food. Like very first thing, it was never about my survival. It was about the Moss Chops.
Yeah, it was about his. Yeah, Cameron's like running from a T-Rex or like save the moss chops. Like what? Save the moss chops. I didn't
I
stutter.
have to do the monster. Get up!
Yeah, we
Every
we
time,
made
dude.
this like base and we put him like at the top. It was like a 3-story building and we put him up top by himself in a room at some point.
Oh, dude, and we got him a
One more
wife
time. What are
eventually
you
too.
playing?
Ark.
Arc.
Okay.
Ark. Yeah, CJ
Yeah.
and I had this thing that we did that with other people too. Like we played a PvE server with some friends he had from Pizza Hut and we worshipped this one dodo at like all costs.
You guys'
And
god was a
then
dodo.
yeah, we would sit in the room up top that we made, and someone would be like, "What are you guys doing in here?" And I'm like, "We're praising the Lord."
We're praising the Lord. It's
Join
just
us,
a
brother.
single dodo in a
Yeah,
cage.
yeah.
Extends a hand.
A
Join
cage.
us, brother.
Okay.
Our dodo is not meant to be bound by mere wood,
No,
Kevin.
you guys were in the
Needs,
cage.
He
No.
is
needs
only
more
bound by
power.
his own imagination.
He needs more power.
Start pumping
He's not
levels in a
ready yet
freaking
for
stamina.
humanity.
Not even health, just stamina. He can run
Not
for
So
a
even ready
year.
for humanity. They're not ready
Yeah,
for this.
they
God,
couldn't handle the truth.
God
so I
among
got
dinos.
I got another big question for you guys. Kevin, I want to know what your fondest memory is.
Oh God.
Like of all time?
Yeah, I want your fondest memory.
Like,
Hold
do you
on.
have one prepared, Carrie? Yeah, people got to think about
No,
those.
no, I'm
Man.
thinking about it still. I'm like, I asked the question, and I'm still thinking about it.
All right. So I think the happiest I've been in my life was walking through Star Wars Land with Cameron in Disneyland. That like the amount of euphoria I felt, not even being on any kind of drugs, just like nerding out with Cameron was unreal and unlike anything I'd ever felt like ever in my life. So I was like super. Yeah, that's probably my happiest time. Other times Knott's Berry Farm with my family, and then the third time's when I first met Michaela because it's just a hilarious story.
Well, what
Yeah,
about you, Jay? Do you have it?
I
No. Okay.
enjoy that Kevin like mentioned like not needing drugs because that's always something I tell people. I'm like, you don't need alcohol or drugs to have a fun time with people.
You
No,
don't.
Like
you don't, especially with
some
somebody like Cameron.
some people wholeheartedly like believe it though, and I'm like, kind of weirding me out. I don't like to hang out
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
those types of people. Like, no,
Yeah.
thank you. There was this one time I was at the jacuzzi at those apartments we used to go to all the time, Cameron.
Yeah.
I think I was hanging out with CJ. Um, but there was these two kids. They not two kids. They were like older than us. I guess now they'd
Okay.
be like kids. They're like 19. We were like teenagers. But they were
Okay.
talking
yeah.
about the joy of drinking and smoking weed. And I was like, oh boy, here we go. And the highlight of the story was that the kid had to be turned on his stomach so he could properly vomit, and they didn't have any water in the house, so they had to like run this coughing child to the Circle K so he could get a sip. I was
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
god.
that sounds like an excellent time.
Yeah,
Like,
It
you
dude,
know
sounds
getting
what?
crossfaded
terrible.
sounds amazing.
You know what? Like,
Experience, man.
I realized that my life is just a joke.
Yeah, dude, you're
This
not getting crossfaded
completely,
and
oh yeah,
getting somebody to like topple you over to vomit.
I
You've
would
never had
die,
that
dude.
happen?
I feel like someone get like a forklift.
Not
Be like,
with
all right,
Cameron and I. It'd be like,
Cameron's
Oh,
not
hitmen!
Cameron's not very
Hitmen!
strong. It's all you,
I'm
Kevin.
not very strong. Yeah, it's
No,
all
I'm
Kevin.
Yeah,
strong. I'm pretty strong.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not. I'm not strong. No.
yeah.
I could
No,
get you. I
it's
could
all
get you rolled
maybe
over.
Dallas. Dallas has grown man hands. I think he could
Dallas
do it
has
too.
some strength. Dallas has some strength behind
Yeah,
No,
him.
I think I could do it alone. I think I
I
could
don't know
push
if
you
you
on
could.
your side.
Yeah,
I
you could
could
push me
do
on my
it.
side. I don't think you could pick me up. I'd be terrified.
Yeah,
No.
probably. I mean, I kind of did once.
He
I
could
think
he
if I
can like drag you. He
jumped
can't
on your,
like full on
that's true.
carry
He
you.
could drag
Yeah.
me. He could drag me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
safe around Kevin if I
Yeah.
ever decided to kill myself with weed
Yeah.
and alcohol. It's not
I mean,
gonna happen.
you can't overdose on weed. That's in fact. But yeah.
Yes, you can
Oh, you
because if
can.
I ate 300 pounds of it, I would die. So
Oh,
nice
you would.
try, FBI.
The more you know.
Bet you feel
G.I.
stupid.
Joe!
Bet you feel stupid.
Bet you feel
I
stupid
forgot.
now, big boy.
Yeah, I do
Was that
feel
your
stupid.
fondest
You
memory,
bet that.
Jason?
My imaginary getting high and dying. Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I remember that.
yeah,
That was awesome. I remember being
yeah,
Oh
like,
man.
Jason, get that
yeah.
toilet paper out of
Every
your ass
time.
crack. You look like an idiot. And you're
Every,
like,
that's why I got him a day. That's why I
and
got
shit
him a
on the
day,
floor.
dude.
That's why
Can't
he
go
got
back
up
to
at
those
the.
repressed
Oh my
memories any
god.
longer.
The bidet is
You're
Jason's fondest memory.
like, no more shall I
Oh,
have toilet paper between these
I
cheeks.
totally forgot because like I kind of was like expecting like Nicole to mention it, but like she never did. Did she like the present I got her?
The Inuyasha, yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
When she opened it, she was
Okay.
like, "How did he know?" And I'm like, "Cause he asked me." No,
No, I didn't. I asked her
yeah.
what her favorite anime was last time I was at your guys' place, and she said
Oh, okay,
Inuyasha.
Yeah,
okay. I think
the
she just
guilty
like forgot that
pleasure.
you asked.
I asked you if she already had one of them, That's why.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And you're like, no. And I was like, sick. I'm
Yeah, I
getting it
did
for
tell
you.
her. I did tell her. Old Jason asked me though, was like, "Did you like this anime?" And I was like, "Yeah." Or if you, yeah, that's basically like the what I told her. So like,
I
I
get
never
you.
like made you seem like you didn't know what you were doing.
Just like pulled something random out. I'm like, hopefully this was good.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah, this is
not,
probably
sucks
good.
to suck. Yeah.
No, but she
Okay.
enjoyed it. We have it up with all of our other pop figures right now too. It's on top of Minato.
You and your 6-foot Midoriya.
Oh no, he's my 6 foot Midoriya is my desk buddy. I took him
I
out of
like
the
how
box and he sits right next to me.
that figure's taller than he is in the show. That's the best part.
So, just a warning for the fellas out there.
Uh oh.
This next conversation is just for the boys on Valentine's Day. After we get through this,
Okay.
What?
Well, I wanted to throw
What?
it out there before Kevin brings in the next topic because it seems like he has a fire.
no, I
Well,
want to know everybody's favorite memory first, and then you could do that, and then.
well, no, I was gonna give you my font. Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know what
Yeah.
Jason's is or what he if he's thought of anything, but like I would have to say my fondest memory is probably the first time I took Kevin and the family to Disneyland because the entire time I was telling them I was like, you guys don't understand because none of them had ever been there before. Nicole had been there like when she was 3, but didn't remember much of it. And I was telling them I was like, you guys don't understand when you walk through the gates, like the main arch, there's like it's magical because you just all of a sudden like get really happy, excited, and jittery, like going through. Like you get like hit with this like weird just wow, like that's really cool kind of euphoria. And like all of them were like, okay, yeah, whatever, like just kind of rolling with it. Dude, I'm telling you, when we walked through the arches into onto Main Street and everybody saw the castle there, all it is smiling faces and everybody's excited. And that's what I was like, wow, this is really cool that I can do this with my friends and family and me be comfortable to like just go out and do something like this. Like it was very like happy,
Yeah.
happy feeling.
Yeah, that time was
That's
fucking
awesome.
badass, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like
I
top
don't
five.
know. I don't know about fond memories, but I give you guys a funny one. Since we're all talking about
Okay.
He doesn't
California.
have one.
Well, like trying to do fondest, I'm like, I don't freaking know. That's hard. I can't think of like this is
On
like
the
the
forehead by
happiest I've
my
ever been
mom.
in my life. Oh God, no. But
The time she kissed me on the mouth.
I'd rather die, to be honest with you. I'll tell you a funny one since we're doing California stories. Back when I was in high school, and the football team had this event they'd do every year where they'd go to Irvine, California, and
Yeah.
like go practice with like other teams and stuff. So you get there and it's like this like the area basically with like weird patches of grass. Looked horrible.
Okay.
But you know what? It's a high school funded trip. It's the best we got, baby.
This is what we're rolling with. The teachers won't
Yeah,
allow
yeah.
any better.
Yeah, so it's like those weird like, cheap hotels where like the outside balcony's kind of cracked and stuff. You know what it looks like.
A
Yeah,
All
crummy
that
yeah,
old
garbage.
hotel.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a 4 room in one bed connector with one shower. The
Oh, I
goodies.
love those crack hotels, man.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But we're all hanging out at night because we still got like an hour before like we have to go in to sleep. And everyone's talking on this patio. And out of nowhere, this window just falls out. Not the window screen, just falls out of the square that it's in. Hits the ground. Everyone looks over. Our kicker sticks his head out the window and goes, "Oh." And he looks at everyone. He's like, "Well, I'm making microwave chimichangas. You guys want one?"
Oh my god.
I was like, what a Chad, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
I just like the oh, I like
Oh,
the oh shit.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Uh-oh.
making microwave chimneys.
Ruh-roh. To change the subject, that's what he was thinking. He was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah. He was about to give every ounce of microwave chimneys out to everyone, so they'd all
I
Dude.
just
forget.
bought this box of chimichangas, but if I know I fucked up, but if you guys want some,
I
we
hope
can leave
this
all
makes
this
up the
behind
thing.
us.
Well, no one's gonna say anything. It's obvious which room it fell
We can
from.
leave. We can leave all this behind us if you just come in my house
Yeah.
and eat some chimichangas.
Chimichangas. Didn't we? Was it the last hotel at that we all stayed in together, the Red Roof? Didn't it not have a screen, and we were on like floor 6 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
and I was like,
suicide
you can
hotel.
kill yourself here.
Yeah, no, it was
yeah.
suicide
Yeah,
hotel. People have
yeah,
died there.
It was
100%. But
it
you
was
It
know
so
was a
what it
weird.
straight
did
dive
have?
there.
You know what it did
What?
have? Good insulation on those walls, baby, because we were screaming about that Demon Slayer
Oh
podcast.
yeah,
And
yeah.
decent sausages.
All right.
Decent
Also,
sausages.
I need Cameron to watch season 2 of Demon Slayer so we
Not
can
gonna
talk
happen.
about it. It's
It's
gonna
not.
Yeah,
happen.
No,
I'll
yeah.
listen.
watch it with him on Friday. All of it. If he
All of it.
from Mugen Train to the last episode of season 2 on
All of
Friday, if
it.
he wants to get it out of the way.
Did he
All right.
plan a trip without me?
No,
No,
over like Discord.
this
I'll just turn
weekend.
it on.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, you son of a bitch!
No.
I actually have those days off, you slut!
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
No, he was talking about this Friday. That's all we're gonna do.
You can have the boys without
Dude,
me.
I'm
I'm
at.
down.
I'm gonna ask Jason to like, hey, let's go play Phasmophobia and record Friday, and Jason will be like, no, we're watching
No,
Demon Slayer.
I just start reciting it line for line while we're playing Phasmophobia.
Starts reading a script. He's like,
Yeah.
Tanjiro, you cannot take those women. They're just little girls. Tenga, you cannot tell me what to do. I am the god of flashiness.
Everyone's like, I already put up with enough with what you write. Don't do this to me. I'm like, too late. Too late.
Inosuke hits the screen. So
Inosuke,
does
points.
Zenitsu.
I have to mildly act out each character. So Inosuke's just like, Gunpachiro, and that's all I do. Just that
Stop!
voice the whole
Tanjiro.
time.
Stop!
The
I
whole
hate
time.
that voice, and how dare you use the fucking dub version? Oh, you were so good at that, and I hate it.
Yeah,
Don't
it's just
ever.
like
Stop. Don't. Don't do it.
my name is Tanjiro Kamada. Okay, Gunpachiro Kamaboko.
That's
I'm
actually
gonna beat
better!
you up.
That's better! That's better than the dub! Animation, fix your shit! Everybody do their best Inosuke impression right
Okay,
now. One
Kevin's
for
on
one.
board.
Jason
Kevin's
already
on
did
board.
it.
Oh my god, I ain't gonna do that great.
Do it.
You do
Do
it.
it. Do it. Who
Oh
cares?
my god. Okay,
Just
okay,
make
hold
it
on.
sound like you lived in the woods for 10 years. You're good.
Crap. I'm trying. I've only seen
All
the
right. I
entire
got you.
season
No, no, no.
once.
No, no, no. Look, look. I'm just going to say the name's Tanjiro Kamado, and you're just going to say, okay, Gunpachiro Kamaboko. Ready?
That
Okay.
is so hard to.
It's,
It might be because I've watched it 4 times. But
yeah, I've only seen the entire show once. Like I've watched
gotcha.
all of it once, and then
I got a
Mugen
better
Train
one.
twice.
Okay, he's got a better one.
Inosuke coming through!
There you
Oh
go.
god.
Go for it, Cam. Go for it, Cam.
Skinny coming through. That's the best I got.
I like it. I like it. It's good.
It's
It's
all
good.
muffled and great, but it's good. It's good.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's I was
It came from
probably
your bowels, which is good. That's where it
yeah.
should come
I'm,
from. Yeah.
probably hitting that max on that mic, which is probably why it sounded more like
Oh
ass. But
yeah, 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 yeah.
No. Fuck Funimation for voicing
No,
Inosuke to be this like
no.
nasally fucking retard sounding guy with a high pitched voice. What
Get
is that
over
noise?
yourself, Kevin.
No!
He's fine.
No!
No,
They
no.
made me mad!
He's fine.
He's my favorite character.
He
They-
sounds the way he looks. It's
They
perfect.
throat fucked him.
Like
they
Saitama in the dub.
fucked him.
Saitama in the dub. I was like, man, this guy he sounds so bland. But then I was like, wait,
how
that's his
he is.
character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
So I started liking the voice. Cause that's how
that's
life
not
works.
Inosuke!
It's,
And
yes, it
Inosuke
is.
supposed to be like this fucking just like this huge dimwit in the Mugen Train. Yeah, sure. But like that was like strictly for comedy. Throughout season 1 and the Entertainment District arc, there is no point in time where he's just like a fucking dumbass. Like he just shouldn't sound like
He
a dumbass.
wears a dead pig's head
That's
on his head.
badass.
That's stupid. There's so many diseases.
That's so sick.
Yeah, literally sick. It's gonna get them
Awesome.
sick.
Awesome. It's awesome.
It's not beast
He has the
breathing.
barbs
It's
and-
asthma. Like he's just dying.
Oh no!
Bad.
It's
That's how it sounds.
ass.
when he breathes. All right, Kim.
Ah!
What was the question you were gonna ask?
Uh, yeah, Kevin, you had like a whole like big old thing that you were leading up to as like a
Yeah.
horror scene. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Wait, who was gonna ask the next thing? I forgot.
Oh well, Kevin was. Kevin was like,
Okay, yeah.
after we hear all of this, I got something.
Okay.
This one for Valentine's Day is just
Oh yeah, the boys.
for
Yeah.
the boys.
For the
Yeah.
We're
boys.
getting nitty gritty
Oh,
and
God.
shitty up in this podcast.
You sound. So why does he sound like the hormone monster?
You got- I could
We're
do a
about to
pretty good
change your world.
I could do a pretty good what's his
Oh
face?
God,
Is it Rick?
what's the Jewish kid? Yeah, what's the Jewish kid from the show?
Why are we talking about Big Mouth?
Because you
Well, it's
sounded like the guy.
you sound
Who's-
like
Yeah, who's
because
the
you sound
Jewish
like
kid from-
Maurice.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, go touch
Yeah.
yourself, Andrew. It'd be a fun time.
You should really tug on those balls a little bit while you're doing it.
Yeah. Is his name Rick, the weird puberty monster, the one that's all like messed up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do a pretty good one of him.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Just it's gotta twist it. It's gotta go like.
If his mic didn't mess him up, it would sound good. Because I've heard it in real life. It sounds good.
Oh, I was kind of
And then
choking in the end there. No.
You sounded like Stitch.
He just slides a hot dog down his throat while he's
Oh,
talking.
dude, exactly.
Hollywood.
That's how they do the
Hollywood.
voice.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just. I'm just gonna go with your
Yeah.
Big Mouth is so fucked, dude.
Oh, dude, I know. Oh my god,
That's
it's
not
a
what I
whole
wanted to
different
talk
level.
about.
Oh,
No,
oh,
what
yeah.
were you saying?
Well, don't sound like Maurice then. Getting us off track.
I wanted to talk about
I knew it.
Oh
the
god.
most dirty experiences in life. And if you don't want to talk about yours, Jason, then like how you masturbate and shit, that's okay.
Our
I
most
wanna know
dirtiest
Kevin's little
experience.
I am a
dirty
man of God.
stories.
Touching
seen you
yourself
wank
is
your
for
dank,
people that
Jason.
eat cereal. And
I've
I
definitely
don't.
seen you wank your dank, bro.
That's disgusting. No,
Wank-a-dank.
you have not.
You've come in your own mouth. I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what I love to do. I like to roll up in a ball.
Who cocks and he's
Go
right
to
into that
town.
open mouth of yours. I don't know. Does it even taste good?
What is happening?
I don't know, man.
I don't know if that should be on the channel.
No.
I think that might need to just be skipped.
Where are we talking about sex stuff?
no.
Sex stuff.
Sex
Okay.
stuff.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, on this, that's like, I don't know if Kevin's asking for like the dirtiest thing we've ever done kind of situation, but I know Jason's only been with like one girl, and
I
like
didn't
none
even
of
have anything like that.
yeah, and none
I
of
told
like
her
none of mine
no.
sexual experiences were
Yeah, yeah.
insane, but like I've done some pretty weird
You eat
things, but
ass?
like nothing nuts. No, I've never eaten ass.
What?
You're lying to me. You've eaten
What?
my
I
ass.
no, I okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you
Can
have.
you get me some more dinner?
Yeah,
Some
that's
dinner?
Jason's fetish. He's like,
Yeah, I made
talk to my
dinner.
brother
So I'm
about
like, hey,
dinner.
go give me some dinner. Yeah, no, I had a girlfriend and she wanted to do that stuff. I was like, nah, I'm good.
That's
too
all
much
good.
of a Christian kid.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm okay. No, I'm
He's a
serious.
Christian boy.
I bought her a toy so she'd leave me alone.
What?
Jesus, what?
Leave it to Jason to be the Chad to like get into a relationship and still be like, nah, I can save myself till I know it's the moment. Like,
Yeah,
dude.
I
I'm
slept
waiting until I'm
slept
married.
next to a woman for 2.5 years and
He's in a
said, nah, I'm
Walmart.
okay.
He's just like, I need it now.
Just have
Like
withdrawals.
right now. The first time you do it, you're just gonna like be walking through places and be like, I need it.
Start hopping
Well,
a brick.
Kevin, since we're on the topic and you're asking the question, you should probably answer the question
I don't
first.
think I want Kevin to
Give us a
answer the question.
baseline.
I don't think I want Kevin to answer the question. I think I'm good.
You don't want to talk about this, Jason?
I don't think
Genuinely?
so. I don't think so. I think we're good.
What do you think? Kevin's gonna go into like gruesome detail about
I've
like
heard
how
Kevin's gross stories. Yes. No. I don't want to hear him again.
Don't worry, guys. I'm prepared for this.
All right, thank you.
That was
Ketchup,
the
please.
that was the segment for the boys.
Sheesh.
Ended.
Yeah.
Ended.
If a woman tries to touch you, say no because she is a
I
sinner.
expected this from Jason. I just really wanted to see how he'd react to all that.
Oh, okay. I was
I
gonna
gave
say
my
too,
part,
like
because
if
my
you
part
were
is
expecting,
how
PG-13.
far he'd let me go, because I would have gone all out, dude.
Yeah, I know. I've heard Kevin's stories, and I'd rather not.
Jason loves it.
he loves them.
I really want to hear about all that stuff that happens.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no,
Before
I'm
you
good.
get
I
there.
already heard about the Michaela stuff at the wedding. Like that was already.
Mom's gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, does your mom listen to these?
Sometimes.
Oh, hey, so
Sometimes.
does mine. I already talked to you
Oh
about
God.
this. She
Well,
already
your
knows all the
mom
stuff I've
knows.
already said. Yeah.
Your mom knows. No, like, because Kevin asked that question. I'm like, Kevin, I've talked to you about most of my
Wait,
sexual experiences. You know, none of
wait.
it's like nuts.
Cameron, wait.
What?
I'm just curious because I don't know about I know Kevin's open with his mom. I'm pretty open
Yeah.
with my mom, but I don't know much about how open or whatnot Cameron is with his mom.
No, I'm pretty open with my mom.
About a lot of
Okay.
relationship
Yeah.
stuff from what I've
Yeah.
seen.
Who do you think because Kevin and I we don't have those
Well,
D
okay.
words that you have,
So,
Cameron. But
I
wait,
wait.
no, wait.
I wanted to give you a story on this,
Okay,
on
let's hear the
like
story.
the openness with my mom and whatnot. So like, so this is kind of how open I am with
He's
my mom
coming.
about certain things. So
Coming.
Hold on,
recently,
it's gonna bark at you. Hold on,
Bye.
Jordan, I got you.
no.
I'm coming.
Should I wait?
Well,
Should
when
I?
siblings walk in, you gotta mess with stuff.
I'm gonna
Okay.
not talk about this kind of stuff in front of them.
Oh no, it's
Oh.
fine. I already told them my stuff too. I asked
So
them about all their stuff to make sure, guys, are you into getting paid? No, I'm just kidding.
so,
Who
so like
isn't?
just
Okay, Kevin. See, this is why I said no. Okay,
so
what,
to
Cameron?
to show like to answer Jason like how close I am with my mom about like some conversation. This is actually a pretty good story too. So recently, I had bought Nicole a new sex toy. It's supposed to be like an oral stimulator
God
toy. Like,
dang it.
yeah, okay.
Wow.
It's supposed to mimic oral sex. Okay, that's like the whole concept, the whole spiel of the toy. Anyway, I had
It's a
bought it,
big
and
fucker.
it's in the shape of a rose, right? So it looks like a rose, and the only way you can really tell what it is if you turn it on. Anyway, so the time comes where I'm supposed
What
to
are
be
you doing?
receiving this thing in the mail. I think Kevin's trying to hold his laughs and or his coughs from smoking. But
Oh,
Oh,
I'm holding a cup back.
there it is. Okay.
just mute your mic,
This is
bro.
we have a button.
Yeah.
Anyway. Anyway, I
Good now, just
anyway, I got I'm waiting for this thing to come in the mail and it says it was delivered. I asked Nicole to go check the mail to see if it had arrived because I get off work late. Um and I can't check the mail, pick up boxes and whatnot. And so she goes, checks it, and she texts me. She's like, "It's not there. I don't know what's going on." And I was like, "It says it's delivered. I don't know like why it's not there. It must just be there tomorrow or something." I go looking in there and I'm like looking through the directions. I had sent a sex toy to my old work, to the old office where I had worked.
All right, I'm back.
Not so.
Yeah, you
Not only
lost me.
that,
Now you got me. No, just kidding.
so I walk into my mom's office over at where I currently work, and I look at her. I'm like, I did a thing, and she was like, What'd you do?" And I was like, "So I have to be out of here before 5 because I have to get to a specific place before they close." And my mom's like, "What? Why? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I accidentally sent Nicole's sex toy to Dr. Brownsberger's office. And my mom was like, "You did what?" And she starts just like cracking up. And I'm like, "Yeah, apparently it went there. So I got to call them and make sure that they can leave it up front for me so I can grab it." And she was like, "Oh, she's just dying. She's laughing so hard." And she was like, "Okay, yeah, you can go ahead and leave early to go pick it up." Beknotes to me, we had a meeting that afternoon, so I actually had to stay later. I couldn't leave early to go pick it up. So I call the office and I tell the front desk lady that's working there, I'm like, "Hey, that package that was sent there wasn't supposed to go there. Can you leave it in the back and I will drive over and pick it up?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll let Jason know because he has it back there with him." Not the
I
Jason
did
in the
have it with me.
podcast. Not
Oh.
we had a provider in the office who's a physician's assistant that worked there. But anyway, so he goes over. She tells him he leaves it in the back. It's like 5:20 at this point. I come driving into the office. I pull up to the back. I go walking up. The bag that the box came in is ripped open, and on it is a sticky note that says, "Camrin, I wanted to apologize for opening your package. I didn't know it was for you." Man, I was having an internal crisis thinking that the provider had opened it up and the outside of this box just had brief examples of how to use this device. So internally I'm like sweating. I'm like, "Oh god." Like, this is kind of embarrassing. Luckily, I cracked the thing open. The box is completely white. No explanation of what it is. And when you open it, all you see is the top of the rose. So it's really kind of hard to put two and two together what it is. I don't know to this day if he knows it was a sex toy
He does.
or
He's a doctor.
For sure.
Yeah, come on.
but dude,
He
oh
went
my
to
god.
college for like 40 years, Cameron. We give him a break. He knows what he's doing.
If I were you, Cameron, or if I were that doctor and saw that, but if I were you specifically, every time, the time of the month comes around, I'd start singing to Nicole, "Red is the rose that in yonder garden grows."
But like
If
I
I were that
come
doctor, I would have left a note with that. It'd been like, "Every rose has its thorn."
But I had walked into the house after picking it up, and I met eyes with Nicole, and she looked at me and she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "It's the sex toy." And she's like, "How'd you get it? Was it at the post office?" I'm like, "Cause did it get sent to the post office?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "It was at Brownsburger's office." And she was like, "Oh God, no." But
She's
yeah,
like,
I'm
"Keep
pretty
eyes
open with
going
my
to."
parents about my sex life and stuff like that. Like if they were genuinely curious, genuinely curious and asked me stuff, I wouldn't like I wouldn't tell them no. I'm not going to tell you. Like I'll tell them. Like if they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, does Nicole smell?" And I'll be like, "No."
Well, actually, yes, but no.
Ouch, Jason. But
Bro.
yeah, like I'm completely open with my sexual life with my parents. It's just not like something often that we talk about. My parents are pretty
The
like,
first thing you do when you walk in, you're just like, guess
yeah.
what, boys? It's like, oh no,
Oh,
Oh
dude,
no.
not this
when
again.
I answer the phone to my mom, there's sometimes when she'll call me and I'll just be like, "Hello," and she'll be like, "What you doing?" And I'll be like, "Just finished jerking it."
He's like, every day you stray further from God, son. Kevin's like, oh,
Oh,
"Mm,
ah,
No,
no.
I'm just flying
but
close to the sun, going the opposite direction.
Jason, your mom knows we're married, right? No.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Oh my god.
No,
But
yeah, no.
like,
You're still pregnant with my child. Like that's still a thing.
that's still a thing.
What?
Shut
What?
up, Kevin. Cameron came over last time
Oh,
he was down here, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go hang out with Cameron and Vicky. And my mom was like, how long you gonna be gone? My grandma chimes in. She's like, what, like 2 weeks again? And I was like, no, like 40. I didn't even think about it, but I guess 40 is like the amount of time a person's pregnant for. I just said 40 because I was like, yeah, it sounds like a reasonable but a lot, good
Wait,
number.
wait,
Mom's like, oh
40
God,
days?
Cameron's
Because
pregnant. What's up?
Are they talking like 40 days? Because no one's pregnant for
No.
40 days. You would have
40
an
weeks.
undeveloped 40 weeks. Okay.
40 weeks.
Okay.
Weeks.
Okay.
Weeks.
Weeks. Okay.
Weeks.
40 days. I'm
Like
I'm,
40
I'm
weeks.
pushing this baby out. I don't care if it's in the first trimester.
It's like it looks like a ball of soup. What's it gonna
in the
do on
third
its own?
trimester right now, and I'll just.
Well, third trimester is fine. I think when it's third trimester, it can live outside
No,
the.
the thing is, if it was or wasn't ready, it's coming out of me. In like 4 weeks.
the day
I feel-
the day it hits third trimester, Kevin's just ripping
to
it
go.
out of
Just
him.
like I do what the police tell me to do whenever I get arrested. I squat and like hold my nose plugged and then cough, and it just.
Do you think that works?
Yeah, that's what cops do when they like cavity search women. I guess,
No. Like with the baby. You think that would help?
oh no!
yes, I do. I really. The doctor's just like, all right, now hold your nose and cough. And she's like, in pains of labor. She's like, fuck you! And then just flies out.
Like there's like a hole to the room below for someone to catch the
Oh,
baby.
you just hear like a thud.
Yeah.
This one's gonna come out fast. She's angry. Get the window open. Get a doctor at the front of this building.
Oh god.
Just flies out, umbilical cord starts going. And just like, get the scissors quick. Cuts
Get the scissors
umbilical
quick.
cord.
Oh my god, that's gold.
Takes like 10 minutes to come back.
Oh.
Out. Like it was a beautiful baby boy.
It was.
Got a little road burn.
A little rope burn, is that what you said?
Road burn.
Road burn.
I
Oh,
almost died the
man.
last time we went to a hospital with Kevin, dude.
Why?
Because that guy pulled out real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin's
Oh, I
trying to find
remember.
he's trying to find a spot to park. So
When
he
we went
can
to go visit your mom.
see your mom, yeah, because she like switched hospitals for some reason.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're trying to drive, and some
remember
guy
this.
like pulls out hard, and like I think he like matrixed it a little to
Yeah.
the left, so that way it wouldn't smack your car. But I'm like, man, that guy would have just straight up hit me, dude. Backed
Yeah.
right up into my door.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, the guy did not try to stop. It was funny, too, because, like,
Oh,
the guy didn't try backing
pulled
up.
forward faster when I started seeing it. He was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
Kevin!" And I just started going, dude. I was like,
Yeah, the guy didn't start trying to
Speed
back
racing.
up until Kevin was directly behind him.
yeah, this guy was
Yeah.
out for blood, dude.
Jason was
Dude,
like,
he
Kevin,
really
I look
was.
over and I just floor it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
And Kevin drifted that next corner, dude. Oh, man.
He just drove off too. There was
Yeah.
no like, oh, I'm sorry. He was just.
It wasn't even anger. It
I
wasn't
don't
even like
even-
he
yeah.
stopped to be like, "You guys kidding me? Driving like that?" Like
Yeah, I don't
trying to
even think
deflect
he
blame.
stopped. Yeah, I don't
just
even
didn't
think
even
he
know
stopped
we
backing up.
existed.
Yeah.
I
He
was
didn't even
gone
know we
before
were
he
there.
realized.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't say anything, dude. That's why he didn't. He never knew Kevin was there. Kevin was just
Yeah,
that good.
He looked forward for a split second. That's the time it took Kevin to swing by. He just
In
thought he was doing a
school.
normal routine backup.
Yeah, in his
Yeah.
school, he was just taught if you're in a small parking space, a parking lot, and it's like super confined, just back up.
Just go.
Just don't even look in your mirror, dude. Nobody's gonna mess with you. It's a small parking lot. What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
Come in? No. They see it's too small.
All right, I got one more question for you guys before we end this podcast.
Okay.
One more for you. What makes you irrationally angry?
Like not being good at something I know I'm good at. For example, like even the smallest thing like video games. Like if I'm playing like Halo, I've been playing Halo since Halo 3. I know that's like not as long as other people, but I didn't even know Xbox 360 or Xbox was a thing before that. And so to like play multiplayer now, think that's like one of the only games that can really like get my blood boiling because I feel like I should be better than I am. And so like I just get wrecked a lot. And then, like I used to just be like, fuck, fuck, fuck. Now I'm actually good at it, so I don't rage as much. But like even stuff in real life, you know, if I'm like slow on a job, I get mad at myself and like I get angry and I don't project that onto other people at work. Like I try to just stay silent and when I get angry, I put it into my work. I just
Yeah.
try to work faster, but when I know that I'm not working as good as I could be, I like for some reason if I'm like fatigued or like I'm a little sick, like I feel really angry with myself and that I can't like be normal. Like for example, when I was jogging like for the first 3 weeks, it was good. And then I started having like a pain in my knee and I felt like my tendon was like just like short, like it was getting smaller. I couldn't like bend my knee anymore. And then it was like the day I started trying to jog, I was like, I was like yelling at myself. I was being irrational. And I was like, you are not losing your legs. Like this is not gonna happen to you. Like you have to fight this. So I was like forcing myself to run on it. And like I do it for a little bit, then like my body would just force itself to stop. Like I couldn't will myself to jog again. And I just got so mad. Like I got scared. I got mad and I got scared. So like that really affected me because my mom suffers from MS. So that instantly popped up when all this was thick again. It was the dumbest fear ever. A simple Google search could have told me my knee was sprained, you know?
Yeah. I know what you
But
mean.
because I wasn't functioning as well as I knew I could have, like it made me angry. So yeah, that's like definitely the thing that makes me irrationally angry
Mm, I get you.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad
Well,
Kevin finally decided to rest his knee. Jesus Christ,
I
dude.
know.
First couple
Yeah.
days after it happened, I was like, Kevin, you're going to ruin your leg if you don't stop, bro.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
calm down for a minute.
Yeah,
I was mad.
I get it. I had a similar thing with sciatica. Like,
Mm,
if I walk a lot, I'll eventually get like this really bad lower back pain. So
yeah.
like, I have to like moderate it. But I was like walking dogs for a while, and I had this one client who wanted me. Is my thing staticking?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Now it stopped. Oh.
Okay, I had this one
Yeah.
client. This one
Oh.
client that wanted her dogs walked like 5 days a week, and so I
Oh,
had
wow.
the pain at that point, which sucked because like I would have to like walk them to like this rock and like sit on the rock for a bit and then continue the walk. It was really bad.
Yeah.
So at some point I was like, all right, I need to just like take a week or two to just rest and like let it fix itself because it's not feeling better. And that sucked because I was like, all right, I guess I have to message them. And also like you're worried about like losing business if like
Yeah.
you can't do something. So I was like worried about that. But I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to walk these two dogs for a couple weeks. That's okay with you, blah blah blah. She's like, sounds fine to me, dude. Do whatever you need. I was like, sick. She was real
Sick.
nice.
See, I worked through that like leg
Yeah.
pain and like I did not call off of work or anything. But my boss didn't even think about asking if I needed to go home.
Yeah, your
When you're
boss
walking around the
sounds like a
kitchen limping
bum,
and
dude.
stuff.
Yeah, your
He's
boss
not
sounds like a bum.
terrible, but he doesn't care about my well-being.
He's a bum. Sorry. He's a
Yeah, it's
bum.
okay.
I'm not sorry. He's a bum.
He cares about his own.
Yeah.
His life is more
Yeah, I'm
important.
glad. Yeah, but I'm glad Kevin and I just have knee problems from football. It's really nice.
Yeah, dude, I got a helmet to the knee.
Yeah, it's
Twisted my
forever
kneecap
ruined.
around. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and I like fell on my knee weirdly because some
I was
kid like fell
screaming
into the back of it.
profanities left, right, and my coach, he comes up to me and he stares at me while I'm screaming profanities. And I finally, like, my vision clears and I look up and I see him over me and he just, like, it gets silent for a second. He goes, is this an act or are you, like, seriously hurt? I
Oh
Dude,
my
was
like
like, this
god.
is
commit to
not
the
an act!
act.
This is not an act! I am hurt!
Oh my
It's like,
god.
oh.
Oh.
So they get me on the field, and taken an ambulance, but they continued the game. I just love that.
Jesus.
Like, he had to ask. Like, I guess he was just that fucking flamboyant.
Like, just constantly making jokes like that.
Yeah,
Oh
just
man,
constantly cussing, which I don't think I did as often as I'd like
you
to
do
think I
now.
did. But yeah, well, I don't think it's that big of a problem.
Well, Jason, what makes you irrationally angry?
When two people have the same argument, but they're both too stupid to realize it, so they're just like fighting each other over no reason, dude.
Yes.
Like, I'm like,
Give an example,
Mine's
please.
quite
I
similar,
don't.
but like yes.
I'll give you a funny example. I'm in a
Okay.
subway with my family, and Jesus freaking Christ, my two siblings, they're younger at the time, but they are getting progressively louder as we're getting closer to the line to order food. And they start yelling at each other, and I'm like, what is happening? What are you guys fighting about? And dead serious face, both of them. Jacob looks at me and goes, "Oh, Robin's beak is orangey yellow." And
What?
Jordan looks at me and goes, "No, it's yellow orange." I was like, I'm about to slap both of you guys in this store. I swear to God. Are you freaking kidding me? And they're on the verge of fist fighting. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to beat somebody with a stale slice of bread, dude.
What bird were they wanting to know that to?
Robin,
A
Robin's
robin.
beak is orangey yellow. No, it's yellowy orange. And I was like, I'm about to fight both of you guys. I swear to God.
Oh my
It's
god.
just yellow. It's just yellow.
Robin, orange. This kid just starts screaming. That's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm
That's
like,
it.
The
why?
bird is orange. The beak is yellow.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Um,
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's like irrationally like obnoxious, dude. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That the only one you got?
That's the
Like, that
funny
was the
one.
only one I got.
That's the funny one. So I'm gonna leave it on that, on a
Well,
funny
no,
Yeah.
note.
let's like leave it. Let's cut a little deeper into that cake.
But
No,
a
I'm
little
Know a little bit
good.
deeper.
more about you.
No,
Straight
I'm good.
friendship, like
Okay,
Kevin
I'll
said.
No.
do another uh thing that makes me irrationally angry is when old people use "it was okay in the past" as an excuse.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Yeah, slavery.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You're
I
like,
mean,
oh,
like extremist, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like pedophilia. Like, what the heck? They're like, no, it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it back then.
Because
Like,
it was in the
what?
past. Yeah. No.
It
What?
was in the past. Yeah, it was
That
fine.
doesn't make it
It was
okay.
acceptable to date a 14-year-old when you were 26. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It's
No.
never
It's not
okay.
only that, but like, I feel like they tell themselves that in those specific
To
situations
get over
to
it.
justify themselves
Yeah.
for their
Yeah.
thought process, and it tells a lot more than like what people could think that kind of like comment
Yeah.
can lead on to somebody.
I'm not gonna use the example because we all know
No,
the
I
example.
wouldn't.
I
I
won't
We
wouldn't
all
use the
know. We all
example.
know the example.
Yeah, yeah.
It's rough, and like when people have that mindset of like, oh, just because it was like fine back then, it's fine back. It's fine now. It should be fine now. Like, there's an example for like the Florida, the state of Georgia.
Uh huh.
It had a law passed to where it was like, all right, you guys want church in school, we'll put God in school, right? We'll put him in school for you guys. So the parents had rallied so hard that they let that happen. When they let that happen, the parents instantly turned around and was like, wait, no, we take that back, because there was like different religious books in there, like for different religions. And I find it super funny how like people like that are super hypocritical when it comes to such a different thought process, but then they want you to tolerate their own thought process.
Right.
Yeah. Do you think religion should have any place in schools?
No,
no?
I don't think I
No,
don't think it
no.
should have any place in school whatsoever.
No, keep it separate. Like if you want to praise God, go to church. And like that's coming from a Christian. I still consider myself.
Not only that, but they have schools dedicated specifically to those that
You're
those
playing a
religions
dangerous
can go
game.
to. It's a dangerous game, but like don't try to force public schools to teach religion. Like maybe teach religious history, just not praise and you know what I mean. Don't worship
It's
religion in
time
school.
for
Yeah.
a crusade,
Yeah.
boys.
Oh,
Well, I mean, like if a student asks a teacher who he knows is Christian a biblical question, that's fine, dude. Like,
yeah,
like
no,
the
yeah,
teacher
that's
should be feel
fine.
free to answer that. But if it's like the teacher's like, no, you guys have to abide by God's rules, it's like, no, why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
because you want to feel like you're not left out of the group and like kids don't think you're crazy.
Well, like the other thing too, I'm not gonna say the religion or like what school that does this, but at the school I was at and I graduated from, every I want to say Thursday after lunch, the religion that was associated with the school would take an hour after lunch to go praise in a different part of the
The sun.
campus.
Oh,
Every Thursday, praise the sun. Yes.
yes.
Wow.
But like it was crazy in my head when I had like found out that was happening every Thursday for like every day I was there. Like every Thursday I was there, I was like, that's
Cameron converted.
nuts.
Oh,
Converted.
I
He
didn't
just
want to go to
became part of
math.
it.
See, like I
Okay.
converted in quotations. What I mean by that is I was gone for an hour. I wasn't there praising. No.
Just on the
I was
bathroom writing memes on
I was
Facebook.
at Circle K getting a thirst buster.
Hey, it takes an hour.
Yeah, I had to walk.
Aaron, what's yours?
So I would have to say like it almost got brought up, but not necessarily. But like the thing that probably makes me irrationally angry is when like
Oh,
my when I'm in an argument with somebody, and because I'm winning the argument, they try changing it to a different subject to
Yeah,
argue
that
about.
just sucks.
Yeah, that makes me so freaking mad because every time it happens, I'm like, no, we're talking about this, not this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this one. This is the issue. Well, we're talking about this.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's so
and
weird.
like people like that just have a god complex. It
well,
Honestly.
brings
to
in
the
this huge
to the
ego.
person who mainly does it, I thought it was hilarious because I was talking to him when I was over at Cameron's place, and I think we were talking about economics, and somehow the subject got switched to like schools, like doing
Yeah.
like stuff. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I just stopped. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, we're talking about economics. And when you switched it to school,
I
like
think
I
that's
don't.
what he thought it meant. I like it, for what it sounds like, that's genuinely to be what it thought. Like his thought process way of went
It
like,
just
oh,
led to
economics? You mean
Oh,
schooling.
lessons in school?
Yeah, something
yeah,
stupid.
that's so
I feel like
weird.
if I'm talking to you about like I don't know, just on some scenario, like, oh, the government's corrupt because like taxes, blah blah blah, and then you're like, yeah, but like pharmaceuticals can cause cancer. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait,
Well, we
what
weren't
are we
Yeah.
doing
talking
here?
about that. How's that
Yeah,
related to what we were talking
They're
about?
literally made to care though.
what are we doing here, boys? Yeah,
Like you can't say like, oh, fucking doctors are out to kill you. Like what?
I hope so. I hope they're
Statistics
just
don't
trained
show that.
assassins. I hope they're just
Doctors,
trained
They all
assassins.
go
doctors are
in
just
with their
trained
scalpel and they
assassins.
just like flick the needle to
Yeah,
like
as soon
pump
as
in
you
slave.
walk in, you just have a 1 in 10 chance of getting stabbed in the chest.
Doctors are like, yes, we
Every
can dismember
10th
him.
patient
Look at
just
every
dies.
single soul in his
Yeah,
body.
I was
Jesus.
wondering, like, how often does like a surgeon lose a patient? Like, is it like frequent? You
Oh, it's
think, or like,
often. Yeah, it's often, but it's not like as often as I'd
No,
like to
it's
think. You know?
yeah.
I guess
I
it loses a patient that they could have saved, not like an old person that was like going through 80
oh,
different
okay.
things and they were trying to treat like one problem.
See, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about like the types of surgeries where like, oh yeah, we should have this surgery, otherwise it's gonna have cost you like lifetime problems in the future. I didn't know you meant like emergency surgery, and in my head I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, I don't think it's that often. Like, I don't think it's that often to have like go in for a surgery and you come out dying. No, like, but yeah, you're talking about emergency surgery. Okay.
Irrational fear. Speaking of which, there are people I know that have like irrational fears of like going in for the simplest of surgeries and like and freaking out about it. And I understand, like surgery is a scary thing, you know, like something bad could
Yeah.
happen any part. But if it's like something as simple as like, oh, a leg surgery, like what are you gonna
The
lose? The
doctor's like,
leg?
ah! Slips the scalpel, runs
You're
into your
probably going under surgery so you can use that leg again. What are you gonna lose? The leg?
Yeah.
Like,
Like I guess
You're in.
I saw this thread on Reddit that was like, what's like the weirdest or like funniest moments you've had like before going under on anesthetics? And the guy was like, "This is my first time like breathing this stuff." And the doctor's like, "Oh, it's okay. This is my first time performing a surgery." And the guy's like, before he passed out, I was like, "What a champion!"
Oh. Oh no.
see you on the other side,
Oh.
champ. He's like, wait, what?
You might lose your life. I might lose my job. Let's find out.
Oh man.
Like right before you go under, he just whispers in your ear, "It's okay if I take a kidney, right?" Really quickly.
Yeah, just close your eyes if it's okay. You're like, "Oh."
Uh,
Close your eyes if it's okay. Fall asleep if you think it's okay. I'd steal
If
a
you're a
kidney.
doctor, you should totally be a troll, dude. There's only
dude.
one way.
You have
we-
a right to be. You're witnessing
Yeah.
pretty nasty things.
Yeah.
I work with a doctor that performs circumcisions on newborns, and I was sitting there and like I was talking to one of the people I work with in the front that used to work with him a lot, and I was like, "Do you think because of the way he is, because he's kind of a jokester, you know, he like kids with people a lot." I was like, "With the way he is, do you think he's ever had like a family come in that he knows with a newborn that he's doing a circumcision on, and right when he starts he just goes, oops."
Uh-oh.
Have you ever asked him if he could like reverse your circumcision?
No.
Just be like, "Hey, I was actually looking if you could fix this for me." You should,
Hand him
you
your
should,
foreskin
you
20
should,
years later.
you should go in with like a dried up piece of beef jerky and be like, "I saved it for this long." You should do that to him at some point.
I need you to
You
put
should
it
do
back
that.
on.
Or somebody out there, if you like weirdly collected your foreskin, please,
No!
please, because there are people that do that.
Please.
There are people that like get
Uh,
circumcised and then they keep the foreskin. Their parents.
It
do.
would just be
So
like
if-
this
hold on,
by now.
Hold on. If you were to have that still in possession somehow in some godly way, if you are listening to this, go to your nearest surgeon, lift it up to him,
no,
and lift
even
that
better.
little
E-
centimeter
even-
of skin up and go, "Can you put this back on the cover?"
No, even better. You have to go to the doctor that performed the operation.
Yeah.
It can't be anybody else. If your doctor's deceased, you can't do the joke. You have to go to the
Yeah.
doctor that performed your performed your operation. Dude, I feel like that'd be great.
But seriously,
Yeah,
Garrett, please.
it's like-
do this
it's like
joke
a-
with that man at some point.
All right, I'll let you know how it goes. But like, I could just imagine that conversation too. The guy just goes on there in there like, yeah, so about 19 years ago, in like March, I had come into your office as a newborn, and you cut a thing off my penis, and I didn't agree with the operation because I couldn't talk. I just like, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the tad bit of foreskin in his hand. He's like, "I was wondering if you could put it back on, otherwise I'm gonna sue for
You have
non-consent."
your own stapler. You're like, I have my own tools.
You got like a
Get some scotch tape as well.
you got an
Here's
office
what's
stapler,
with
scotch
John,
tape, and
please.
gorilla glue.
Please, you're like, big, please.
Everybody in the lobby could just hear you screaming at the doctor.
How
Please.
awkward would it be to have to tell your assistant about what just happened in your office?
Oh my
That
God.
dude leaves crying.
Oh my God.
Just throws the like centimeter, like plops it on the floor. Like, and he's just like, you know what? I'm so done. I'm so done.
Oh man. Oh
It never
man.
goes my way. I just want to be a little more sensitive. And my mom said, we have your foreskin. And I was like, okay, cool. So my thing's done.
There was a baby that came in today, and as we're all, it was the only patient left, like there, and
Yeah.
we are sitting there in the front office, just waiting for the day, time to tick by, day to be finished. And you just hear the baby in the room just crying, like screaming, and one of my coworkers who's pregnant at the moment, she like turns around, she's all, "Poor baby," and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh yeah," and she goes, "Yeah, he's getting a circumcision."
Oh,
I'm just like, oh.
go in there and just tap him on the head. Sorry, little guy.
Sorry, little guy. It'll get
I'm not
better.
talking
You
to
won't
his baby
remember.
head. I'm talking
Oh,
to his baby
Kevin, stop.
head. Sorry. Sorry. So sorry.
Do we still have Jason here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gotta have a joke.
You have a joke? What's the
Had to do
joke?
it.
You have a joke?
Yeah, dude, my life.
Yikes. Well, I think that should be it for the podcast, my guys. We're at an hour and 35
Yeah.
minutes. So,
Hey.
Oh, we can
hey.
keep going.
Oh,
Fight
yeah?
through the pain.
Fight
Why
through
don't
the
we just-
pain?
I was
Play
like, why don't
Portal
you
2,
just
fight
start
through the
another
pain.
podcast instead?
Because I don't
Alright,
know if I can
everybody.
go another hour. No.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it was fun though, boys.
It was fun. And it was fun talking to you, audience. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want us to grow. If you don't, okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Have a good night. Good night, Chicago. Call back. Nice.